Hi, my name is Howard Robinson. I'm here to talk about Module 4 that deals with the differences between leadership theories and leadership models. Today, we'll specifically talk about four theories that I have selected to dive in deeper. As you can see, we have contingency leadership theory, the continuum theory, the path goal leadership theory, and leadership substitute theory. So we're going to break down each one of those. So stay along and we're going to travel and discuss each one of these theories. So the first one is our contingency leadership. That's where the leader is effective depends on how well the leader fits, their style fits with the context of the job. And then we have two areas that will definitely impact this type of leadership. We have the leadership style and we have the situational favorableness. So in the leadership style, there is a scale that you would take on a self-assessment. And there's two areas that's going to kind of place you in. That's either you're going to be task oriented or you're going to be relationship oriented. And after you've done this self-assessment, your results is going to place you in one of these three areas. As you can see below, we have the task oriented area. If you have a scale of 57 or below, that's where you will score. Then if you have between 58 and 63, you are almost relationship oriented, but you have majority of the tendencies. But then if you are definitely over 64 on your self-assessment, you're definitely going to be relationship-oriented leadership style. So again, those are the three styles. That is two styles basically: task-oriented or relationship-oriented, particularly based on how you perform on the self-assessment in the theory. Now we're going to look at the second part, this part of contingency theory. That is situational favorableness. And it's three things that will impact, three variables that will impact it. And that is one is dealing with the relationship, leader-member relations, the task structure, and the power position. We're going to dive in deeper and see what do these three things, variables, talk about. So when we think about the leader-member relation, there's some things that we're going to that deals with what is happening. So basically, on the leader-member relation, we're talking about the influence of the boss has on the followers. Do the followers, do they trust? Do they respect? Do they accept? And do they even have confidence in the leader? Then we think about the task structure. This was based on the tasks that the followers are working on. Are they repetitive or do they change from time to time? Are they clear? And are they easily understood for the followers? And our third variable is dealing with the power position. And the power position is dealing with the leader. Is the leader able to use his power in these several different ways? Is the leader able to lead and reward their followers? When it's time to hold them accountable, are they able to sometimes hold them accountable, which is not always favorable, but dealing with punishment? Is the leader able to hire great followers and then also sometimes lead them to termination? And ultimately, is a leader able to grow and place their followers in a position to earn promotions? So those are the main variables that's going to impact the power position. Then we have our third theory that we're going to break down is our continuum theory. This one is based on the leadership continuum where you have a boss centered or do you have a subordinate centered leadership style? And then again, there's three forces that would influence this type of style. As you can see there, we have the boss, we have the subordinate, and we have the situation. And so these three will play an impact on the style. So when we look at the boss, we have several descriptors here that will influence on this particular style, which depends on the leader's personality and behavior style, the leader's experiences, the leader's expectations, the leader's values, and the leader's strong confidence. Then you have the subordinate. which is also, you could say, pretty much the follower. Uh, the follower style, based on how do they follow their leader, based on their personality that they have with the leader. Then we also had the situation, which is dealing with the environment. And with our environment, we're going to deal with uh, the organizational size, the organizational structure, the organizational climate, and the organization's goal and type of technology that is used within the organization. And so these three things will definitely make an impact on the continuum theory: the boss, the subordinate, and the situation. Our next theory that we want to look at is called our path goal leadership. The path goal leadership is behavior of the leader, how it influences the performance and the satisfaction of the followers. Do they perform, and do they satisfy with the performance that they're producing? And so there are two variables that will impact the path goal, and that is situational factors and leadership styles. So let's look at situational factors first. If you see here on the left side, we have subordinate, and we have three descriptors for our subordinate here. And basically what these three mean is the employees, they really want to be told what to do. They also want to believe they have able and control to reach the goal. And they also believe that they have the ability to reach the goal. The other situational factors on the right side you see is the environment. And what these three variables on the environment will tell us is that the repetitiveness of the job, does it change every day, really not clear on what they do, or is it pretty consistent on the job task that is put before them? The leadership's power position, as we talked before, and then also the coworkers. They like to work, contribute to the satisfaction of completing the task. And the second part of the path goal is the leadership styles. And so as you see here before you in the middle, we have four descriptors for leadership styles. We have the directive, we have supportive, we have participative, and achievement oriented. So let's go back and look at the first one there, directive. That's pretty much where the leader is going to provide high structure for the followers. Supportive is where the followers' ability is very high. They like to have the internal locus of control, and they do not want too much of the autocratic leadership style. Then we look at the third one is participative. The followers want to be involved. The followers have ability is high to perform the task, and the task is considered complex. And the last one is achievement oriented. This one you break down. You have difficult but achievable goals for the followers. The followers' ability is high. The followers perform at a very high level because they know they're going to be rewarded, or trusting that they're going to be rewarded for reaching those goals. And our last theory that we're going to talk about is the leadership substitute theory. As you see before, we have a quick definition there. The characteristics of a follower, task, organization that replace the need for a leader or neutralize the leader's behavior. Pretty much you think about a self-managed team. So as you see there, there's three characteristics that will impact neutralize the leader or the leadership. And so when you think about the followers, that's about the followers' ability, the followers' knowledge, their experience, their training, and also their need for independence. When you think about the tasks, that means the task is clear and the routines. The followers provide their own and quick feedback, and they have intrinsic motivation to get the task done. And then the third one there is organization. The plans are very clear, explicit. The goals as well is very rigid. And again, the team, the coworkers, they're tightly knit together. And then the last part that we want to discuss today before we end is which one of these theories would I see is effective or playing a part in the organization where I work currently now. So I decided to talk about the contingency leadership theory and how is it effective in my workplace today. And so there's 3 areas we want to break down on building relationships, clear tasks within the teams, and strong position of power. So building relationships. We talked about the member relationship early on in this presentation, but why do I think that is effective in my work environment today? Well, over the years, I've learned that it pays you a lot of dividends when you take time to learn about your faculty and staff more on a personal level than just as a faculty and staff member. Learn about their family members, learn about their hobbies, learn about their career goals, but also being transparent. So when you make mistakes in front of them, are you able to own up to it, or do you want to blame somebody else? So being transparent and owning up to it would definitely pay high dividends. Then also, once you learn about their career goals and when you listen and pay attention, do you put them in a position to develop and grow and develop those leadership skills so they can reach that next career path that they're looking for? Clear tasks within the team. So we have several leadership teams on my campus, but anytime we meet, we want to make sure that we have a clear agenda that is developed week in advance. We also want to make sure that when we do have our meetings that we end with next steps items. So everybody walks away from the meeting, they have a clear, defined task that they need to complete or monitor before the next time that we come together. Also, that these tasks or measurable goals assigned to them that we can measure the progress as we go throughout the school year. In the last area, talking about the position power of being strong, is the leader able to find rewards for the followers on the campus? And so we do a monthly, what we call the hashtag Runner Award, which is the highest award you can receive on a campus. Myself and the leadership team, we nominate 2 or 3 people each month, and we recognize them in front of the whole group. But we definitely take time to read the description of why they will receive the reward. Also, we take time to when it comes to hiring. So talk about hiring and firing. So we take time to make sure that we develop a hiring team. And so that team is going to be defined by members in that area on the campus. So they have buy-in on the new members that are going to join their staff. Then also firing. So I don't really have the power to really fire anybody, but I do have the power to begin the documentation process of placing people on growth plans, try to develop them. If not, it will lead to termination or recommendation for termination packet. Then again, one of the best things or the great things you can see is developing leaders on your campus. And so again, talked about before, when you listen and hear what their career goals are, or you see something in them that they haven't seen themselves, but then put them in a place to develop those skills, to grow those skills, and so they're ready for the next interview or task to be assigned so they can interview and go ahead and accomplish the next career goal in their path. Thank you for your time, and so I hope you've understood the 4 theories that we discussed today in our time together.